Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to the end of another week. The weather is beautiful, the sun is shining, the birds are talking, and I tell you all of that, and I've decided to share the fun facts from my kitchen where I'm looking out my window at the weather. It's just a little too windy to find a nice place to sit and not feel like I have to shout over the wind. So I've decided to sit here in my comfy kitchen in my comfy overalls and share some fun facts with you from indoors. Last week, I talked about plants and the different types of plants, location of plants, cool things that plants do, and some of those facts had to do with plants in the ocean. So I got to thinking, wow, it'd be kind of neat to do a little bit of research about the ocean, and I said, okay, I can handle that. I will go ahead and just kind of freak myself out with some fun facts about the ocean. So here we are, and here we go with some good spooky facts. But we'll start off with an easy one here. Fact number 1: corals wear sunscreen. The coral has created protective barriers, like as defense mechanisms, to keep itself safe and survive in the sun, and they call it sunscreen. And since coral reefs are home to some of the most delicate and fragile ecosystems out there, I'd say it works pretty well, and I feel like we should really kind of get on that, because my complexion could really use some sunscreen now that we're going into the warmer part of spring and summer is on its way. So, gonna need to get some of that. Okay, fun fact number 2. More historical artifacts are found in the ocean than in all of the world's museums combined. Yeah, okay, so if you think about if you've ever been to a museum and just how many museums are in the United States alone and how big some of them are, and then you've got like the huge international museums like, the one in Cairo or the Louvre and the ones in London, like they're huge, right? And there are more artifacts in the ocean than there are in all of these museums. Now, this is likely due to a couple different reasons. Tsunamis and hurricanes that wash things away when they hit land. Rising sea levels as it, like they always say, Italy's sinking, things like that. So as parts of towns and things have been put underwater. It could also be due to people like Rose from the Titanic dropping precious jewels and artifacts off the back of boats at the end of the movies. And it is also probably due to the fact that there are approximately 3 million shipwrecks in the oceans, in all of the bodies of water. And that's all that have been accounted for so far. They range from 10,000 years old to like the first canoes that people used when they were starting to explore the oceans, and all the way up to modern 21st century ships that have sank for various reasons that are unbeknownst to us. But a lot of these ships, like from Columbus' time, when he was sailing and exploring, looking for India and getting way off track, all the way to between the 18th and 20th centuries, when the Spanish were exploring and claiming land and moving artifacts, a lot of those ships went down, and they were said to have carried just tons and tons of jewels and money and other precious artifacts and cargo. And a lot of the shipwrecks are actually still unexplored, so that's kind of interesting and spooky to think about, just all of those ships sitting quietly at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, okay, this one, little fun fact to go with that. There's this thing called the Graveyard of the Atlantic, and it's right off the coast of our very own North Carolina, home to 5,000 shipwrecks. So if that doesn't say spooky, I don't know what does. Moving on. All right. Oh, the world's longest mountain range, fact number 3, is underwater, okay? So the longest land-based mountain range is the Andes Mountains, which are in South America, and their length is 3,400 miles long. Okay, fair enough. It stretches across 7 countries in South America, fun fact. But the mid-oceanic ridge is approximately 56,000 kilometers long, which if we translate that to American, it's approximately 34,797 miles. So, you know, it's like 10 times longer than the Andes. Yeah, so go ahead and hike that. You know, for fun, we've got all this free time. Let's go hike the Mid-Oceanic Ridge. I'll meet you guys there. Okay, fact number 4. The deepest part of the ocean is the Mariana Trench, not to be confused with the word marinara. Mariana Trench and marinara sauce are 2 very different things. I don't want to try to put marinara sauce on my pasta in the Mariana Trench. I'm moving on. All right, the trench is approximately 7 miles deep. Okay, that might not seem like a long ways, but it's 36,960 feet. Okay, 7 miles, almost 37,000 feet deep at its deepest point. Now, the ocean is the darkest part of the world. Sunlight only reaches 330-ish feet below the surface, so you're in the dark for almost all of the dive down to the trench, okay? It's like 36,000 feet. You're in the dark, swimming to the bottom of the ocean. We don't know 95% of the species that live in the ocean. They say we only know like 5% of things, right? So who knows what you'll find. Oh, also the pressure from the water is so great, it would crush you like an ant. More people have walked on the moon than have made it to the Mariana Trench. And I'm just talking like the top of the trench, right? Like not into it. There have been approximately 12, I think is what they say, right around a dozen people that have walked on the moon, and only 3 people have made it to the trench. So, fun fact for that. Now, all this to say, our final fact, that the oceans are huge, and humans have only explored 5% of them, and its life and its inhabitants. So who knows? In the other 95% of the oceans that we haven't explored, Atlantis might be real. The Little Mermaid could be thriving. We don't know, and we may never know, but the ocean's a pretty cool place. So this weekend, it's Mother's Day, and I invite you to share these facts with your mother. I hope you are also inspired to take your own little journey into the deep and dark rabbit hole of learning more about the ocean and, you know, what makes up 70% of the earth. There were so many more facts to share. So I was like going through, I had like 12 facts pulled, but I chose to share these 5, and I skipped facts, you know, like that the canyons in the ocean are 2,500 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon, or that we have better pictures of Mars than we do of the ocean. And, the U.S. lost a hydrogen bomb in the 60s in the ocean, but it's okay, they found it. I hope you enjoy time this weekend to review these facts, go outside, explore the world that we do know, and the world that you can see because the sun is shining, the birds are singing, spring is in full force, and summer is on its way. And be safe while you do it. Enjoy being outside and be safe. Next week, we are taking a Sabbath week, so we won't have any of our formal gatherings. Dave is going to post his Daily Dose of Dave, but we will resume in full force on the 18th with our daily gatherings on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll be back Fridays with more fun facts. So if you have fun facts to share or themes that you'd like to learn more about, like the ocean or plants or animals or whatever it might be, you know, how to make stained glass, I don't know, I'll look up any facts. And I hope you take time to look up some facts and learn more about the world too. Friends, until next time, be safe, be well, be happy, be healthy. We'll see you soon.